Hello, my students, grade 10 advanced chemistry. Please watch this video till the end in order to understand this objective. Write the balanced chemical equation, complete ionic equation, and the net ionic equation that forms precipitates using solubility rules, of course, using solubility rules. Okay, we have one example. Or let's take one example. What is the product of lead 2 nitrate solution reacted with potassium iodide solution? First of all, I want to change this word reactants into what? Into chemical formulas. Okay, lead 2 nitrate. Lead 2 nitrate, what's the meaning of lead 2? Means that lead, it has a charge 2 plus, and as you know that nitrate has a charge 1 minus, so this will be the formula of lead nitrate. Potassium belong to group 1 and iodine belong to group 17, so this will be the formula of potassium iodide. Now since we have two ionic compounds, so the chemical reaction will be, what type of the chemical reaction we have here? We have a double replacement chemical equation or reaction. So the two cations here, they will replace each other, K and Pb, to have this formula. And as you notice that Pb is 2 plus and I is 1 minus plus 1 minus. So this will be the formula. Now the second step, if we have this skeleton chemical equation, we want to know first which one is the aqueous and which one is the solid, or which one is soluble, means aqueous, and which one is not soluble, means it precipitates, means it's solid. So in order to answer this question, we have to use the solubility rule. This is the solubility rule. Now using the solubility rule, we have to look here for nitrates and for iodide. Nitrate, look here for nitrate in the table above. All nitrates are soluble without any exception. So directly this means that potassium nitrate is aqueous. So we wrote here aqueous. What about lead iodide? Look for iodide here. All iodides are soluble, but there is an exception. These are the exceptions, and lead or Pb2 plus is one of the exceptions. So this is why it is solid. Okay, so we put S here since it is insoluble. Okay, now we wrote the complete skeleton equation. In order to this one to be a chemical equation, it should be balanced. How to balance this chemical equation? Look here, we have 2 iodide, while we have here 1 I. So, and here we have 2 nitrates, and here we have only 1 nitrate. So to balance it, we have to multiply here by 2, and then here by 2. Now it is balanced chemical equation. Now, the second step now, we have to write the complete ionic equation. We have those two reactants at the beginning. So those two reactants, lead nitrate and potassium iodide, when we mix them together, okay, let's zoom in or show the molecular scope, how they are found in the solution before they react with each other. Okay, they are found in the ionic form. Look here, each one alone, so like dissolved in water, aqueous. So those, how they are formed in the solution, and those the reactants, Pb2 plus, 2NO3 minus, 2K plus, 2 minus. Then we want to see how they are found in the product. Okay, let's start this to know the ions after they react with each other. After they react with each other. Look here now. Some ions, they react with each other and they form what? A solid. They form a solid. And the solid will not stay in the liquid. It will settle down. Okay? So, we have to write the complete ionic equation of the reaction. We have, those are the reactants. Now solid start to appears and settles down. Okay, so it forms lead iodide here, and potassium and nitrate still there in the solution, where iodide, you will see iodide at the end of the reaction settles down and has a yellow precipitate, lead iodide. Okay, now we have a complete ionic equation. You have the skeletal equation, or the balanced chemical equation, because it's balanced here. And we have here a complete ionic equation. Now the question is the last part in this question, to indicate the spectators in order to write the net ionic equation. What are the spectators here in this complete ionic equation? Spectators are ions or chemical species that they are not part in a chemical equation. So here, if you look at the right hand side and left hand side, you will see some ions, they are the same. So we can cancel them. Okay, those ions are called the spectators, which is K plus and NO3 minus. The remaining ions, which are a part in a chemical reaction, are called, they form the net ionic equation, which is lead iodide. So this is the net ionic equation formed from this ion and this ion to give a precipitate that has a yellow color, as you saw in the video before.